Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
Jerry.
Hi, Linda.
We're the Village's Newcomers. Today we have a special show for you. I'll preface that by saying on Tuesday I went to a golf match up at Palmer Legends. That's kind of the flagship course here in the Villages, and I hadn't been there before. I was watching a buddy who was playing in the Villages tournament. And I bumped into a lovely couple, and they kind of told me their story, that they're relative newcomers themselves to the Villages. And so we invited them here, and they've agreed to talk to us. It's Bill and Diane, and we'd like to welcome you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, let's start off by telling the viewers where you're from and kind of how you heard about the Villages.
Well, we were originally from New Jersey. We had known of the Villages through the Arnold Palmer, Nancy Lopez commercials years ago, and we put that into the back of our mind. We weren't really committed to living in Florida, but as it turned out, Florida became one of our destinations.
Now, you left a gated community.
Yes.
And, I know it sounds like you had a very nice home up there. Mm-hmm. What was the allure of the Villages to pull you away from that nice North Carolina climate?
Yeah, we had lived in North Carolina for about 15 years. Lovely community, right along the Intercoastal Waterway and the beach. But as time went on, we found that we wanted a more active lifestyle, both creatively, mentally, and physically. And we started looking at different retirement communities throughout the country that might offer us that kind of lifestyle we were pursuing.
More golf.
Yeah. And you looked at several other places?
Several places in the Southwest, Arizona, California. We had been all over. Montana.
Too cold. Maine. Too cold.
Did you actually go to those places?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we traveled quite a bit, always thinking of where we wanted to retire, but not knowing. So we thought North Carolina was going to be it. But
initially, what struck us was how well kept the Villages were. Just the friendliness of the people we've met. Everyone was so open to all of our questions. And then when we saw all the clubs that were available,
the music
in the afternoons and evenings, the golf, it just became a very easy decision to make.
Yeah, it was like, why not?
Why wouldn't we do this? Yeah.
In the other places you visited, Arizona, wherever, did any of them have the real golf cart lifestyle like we have here?
No.
No, I can't say that would be true. I think a lot of it was limited to maybe just the golfing.
Some activities, but not the golf cart.
Yeah, they tend to be outposts within like a city area, and the golf cart wasn't going to travel outside of the golf course itself, to run errands, banking, shopping. That was what we were looking for, was be able to almost be self-contained.
And not need a car. I mean, it's nice not to have a car and just be able to go in a golf cart, even though I'm still practicing my golf cart. I haven't gotten there yet, but every now and then I do.
Yep.
Now, you live in the village of Monarch Grove.
Yes.
That is in the Southern Oaks area. It's on the south side of the Turnpike.
Yeah.
Right.
How have you found the connectivity for you guys? You said you prefer not to use a car, but use a golf cart. Mm-hmm. Now it's more open than ever. Is it okay?
It's okay. It's a drive. I mean, in a golf cart, it's a drive. It's nice to go to Brownwood, but if you're going to play golf at one of the courses, it's 40, 45 minutes. So it depends on how long you like to sit in a golf cart and then play golf and then drive back down there. So it is a bit of a drive. I prefer just playing south and doing it once a week.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it every day.
There's 5 executive courses below 44 that we play golf at daily. A few of the groups that I'm involved with in men's golf leagues, we do go north as far as the Sarasota range. So we've played north. And it's fine. I mean, it's only a 20-minute ride to the Brownsville paddock, and we go there for shopping, for music, for restaurants, and that's fine. If it's a golf outing, instead of it being a 2-hour, it's more of like maybe a 3-hour commitment. So it works out.
Gotcha. Now, you live in a designer home in that village of Monarch Grove. You told me your home is called the Indigo. That is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home.
That's correct.
Yes.
Is it frame or is it block and stucco?
Block and stucco. Has the lanai in the back, and we're right on a cul-de-sac, so it's nice and quiet. And we have a lot of property in the back. We don't have a lot of property in the front, but we just did landscaping, so that's nice.
That's pretty typical of that area down south. You have larger backyards and slightly smaller front yards. Well, you moved here right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
How's that worked out for you?
Well, actually, it's worked out fairly well. I think one of the saving graces was that the golf courses were open, and with the Monarch Grove social committee, the men's golf, we met a lot of couples early on. Even though everyone was practicing social distancing, we still felt welcome. You know, people were excited about where we were from. We were excited about learning everyone else's story. So the first 6 months, I think, was a fairly easy transition, given the fact that everyone was concerned about the virus. And as time went on and things opened up, we've come more and more active with people. And it's just been great. The people have been great in Monarch.
I should have asked this earlier. Did you come for a lifestyle visit?
Yes, as I had mentioned, we did come down a lifestyle visit in, I believe, late November, early December.
Yeah.
And I think it was 4 nights. We were in the Alden bungalows. And like I said, it was the first night, I think we had realized that we were onto something very different than what we had seen. It was just a great opportunity to get around. We went to a couple of concerts. We played golf. We enjoyed the music at night. We even probably tried line dancing.
They had us go to some clubs. So we did
it was
some
fabulous.
line dancing.
We did yoga.
We did yoga. So it really let you feel what the Villages was all about, and that was important to us. But once we did that, it was like, okay, why aren't we? Why wouldn't we move?
It was an easy decision. For all the houses and moves that we had done, this was probably one of the easiest decisions we've made.
Yeah, and that was December. And January, we put our house on the market. So we did pretty quickly.
Jumped in with both feet.
You came in and to Alden Bungalows, just like we did. We stayed there first. And we pulled the trigger. We also had the urge right away. This is where we wanted to be. How long did it take you to decide to build versus buying a pre-owned property?
Yeah, I mean, originally we were planning on building. We had a list of things that we wanted in the home. And I think when we came down to start that process was when, I think it was probably that time, it was March or April maybe. And we decided to, because of the pandemic, we weren't sure where we were going to stay. We knew it was probably going to be a 4 to 5 month process. So the list that we had of what we wanted in a home really was met by the Indigo. Yeah. So we figured we would buy the Indigo, move in, hunker down, see how the virus was going to go, and just weather the storm, as it were. But we were very happy. We love the home.
You've been here about 6 or 7 months?
Yes.
And when you left your previous home, if you're like us, you had a barber, you had a hairdresser. Well, maybe not a barber for you, Bill, but
I'm the barber.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it. But you had a handyman, you had an electrician, you had a plumber, you had a landscaper. Did you have trouble duplicating all those services when you came?
I found the hair salon pretty quickly, but I was growing my gray out, so I didn't need one real fast. But that was easy. That was pretty easy, and we had a list of all the electricians and air conditioning people that they used to build a house. So we've just kept their names, and if we have any issues, which we really haven't had any issues since moving in.
There's been no major issues. We obviously we had a punch list with the builder who's taking care of those things. Probably the one thing which we searched a little bit for was a hardware store. Automobile servicing,
right.
and
landscaper,
and we were fortunate to find reputable businesses. So it was fairly easy. It was fairly easy.
Did you do any upgrades to your home after the build process?
No,
Just
no,
landscaping?
we just did outside landscaping within the last month. So,
People write us all the time and they want to know what upgrades do we recommend. So here at our house, luckily we bought it from a guy that was a real do-it-yourselfer, and he had done a lot of upgrades like this glass lanai and this things. Some things we did were plantation shutters. We did solar tubes. We put a water system in, a purifying system.
Yard lighting.
We did, we lit our landscaping, and we upgraded from designer laminate countertop to quartz.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I kind of think that is a waste of money. That designer laminate was great. It was just perfect. I mean,
Well,
it's all about color, in the
Yeah,
color scheme, and
that's
it's
what
all
it's
about getting it the way you want it. But we love the quartz, but I like the designer laminate also. Which did you go with?
we have the quartz.
So you did do an upgrade.
Well, it was already there.
Yeah. The quartz
There and
the appliances, I believe, were upgrades that were included with the house.
And then we had the plank vinyl flooring, which is the wider vinyl
Wider,
flooring.
yeah, it's wider vinyl.
And I really like that because the tile would have been too much on my feet. So I really
little hard.
enjoyed having the
The vinyl.
vinyl flooring.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that was the
Yeah,
only upgrades.
the other considerations that are probably on the board would be, would we ever want to enclose our lanai? Right now, it's just a screened lanai. We find it, really nice. It is a western exposure. We do sit out there in the mornings to have breakfast, which is great. There's always a nice little breeze. We could enclose it, but right now we're just working on what are we going to use the space for, and would that require it to be enclosed? Because right now it's very functional for our needs.
And we did put in, when we did the landscaping, we put in a patio in the front because, it's the villages, so it's all about meeting your neighbors.
Yeah.
And a lot of the homes don't have the patios in the front, so we put a patio in the front just to have chairs out there and
To meet
seem more
neighbors.
inviting and meet people. So, yeah.
The patio in front is a nice touch. We often will go out with our chairs and sit, and people are walking their dogs or just taking walks, and you socialize a little bit.
Right.
And if I'm hearing you guys correctly, you had a nice house in North Carolina,
Yes.
and you've got a nice house here. The difference is the lifestyle
Yes.
Absolutely.
and the people.
It's clearly the lifestyle, the people. I mean, obviously we wanted to downsize, but number one was the lifestyle. It doesn't even compare. We actually, when we moved in, after I think a month, we had to buy a calendar whiteboard that we put in the laundry room to keep track of all the things and all the tea times and all the
Yeah.
clubs and all the people.
And it's not big enough.
And it's not big enough.
We need a bigger
it
one.
was, it became a logistical issue that we finally had to buy a whiteboard to keep track of what we were doing. So it's been great.
Yeah, I can identify with that. We have some friends that make appointments and do things with us, and then they'll forget they've made appointments. And sometimes I do 3 activities in a day, and I'm going, let's just go 2. And sometimes if there's one, that's a day when there's just one activity.
Yeah. Usually the first thing in the morning is, check the board. What do we got going on today? So it's been great.
It's been great.
We really, really liked it.
I wanted to ask you about your lot. Did you get an interior lot, or do you border a preserve, or do you have kissing lanais, etc.?
We're pretty far away in the back of our house from our neighbor, although we do have a fence, and then beyond that fence are the
I think they're villas. Yeah, there's villas behind
and
us.
the villas are pretty close to the fence, so when we did do our landscaping, we put up trees we put up some bamboo and Rica palms,
Rica palms, yeah.
that'll block that over time. So it'll give us a little bit more of privacy and that we were looking for, and more flowers, because I love flowers.
I've always felt like that would be a good situation to live adjacent to villas where they provide you with a nice big wall. And you get to enjoy that, and it's a nice planning backdrop, and you get the privacy. Do you guys own a pet?
No, we do not.
I'm allergic to cats, and we haven't gone for a dog yet.
Don't do it.
Not sure.
Resist the urge. The day that Gizmo goes
Don't
to the,
listen.
oh, he's rolling over.
No, he's not.
Hang in there, boy.
Jerry, quit it.
The day that Gizmo goes to the kennel in the sky, we can't replace this guy. He's one in a million.
Why would you, right?
Right. But we really want to thank you guys for coming today. You are exactly the typical village people. You're here having fun, you're enjoying yourselves, you're staying active, you're looking for things to do, and that is just great.
Yes.
So thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
That was great, meeting Bill and Diane, and they gave you a lot of great information.
I sure did. We sure enjoyed having him here today. Until next time.
See you when you get here. She nudged me.